All right, what's up, people? What up? What up? What up? Yo, 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 yo. All right. So, like I said, I don't know. God just keeps on talking to me and speaking to me, man. He's telling me what's coming. I can see it all. It's all coming. We're right around the corner from it. So, I don't know. Like I said, I keep it to myself. It's like he told me I ain't doing no talking, and I can just see it happening, man. I really can. It makes a lot of sense, and I think it's long overdue. You know what I mean? I think it's time for me to get my money. You know what I mean? What's rightfully mine, my birthright. And you notice they even use that terminology and talk about it in the depictions, and there's some symmetry to it, and that's probably why. But I think it's coming, and I can't wait personally. It's exciting. You know what I mean? Super exciting. All right, bear with me a second. Right back to work here. So yeah, like I said, every day we progress, right? Every day we move forward. Every day we just continue to do everything right and make progress. I am the CEO. And remember, like the Joker said, right? Batman has no jurisdiction. It's a fact. You understand? But everything he said was real. And like I said, we really live in it. We really live in this. You feel me? It's different. We are not the same. Been living this. Been doing this. See, folks don't understand when I say I ran the Batman project out my pocket for 3 years. They don't get how much the Batman project got accomplished. See, and folks are so self absorbed and caught up in nonsense and actual delusion that they can't sit down and have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be a level of respect. That's the only way that you can even get the facts and the truth about anything. That's the problem in this society. Like I said, I ain't a part of your society. So what's up? Exactly. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's been funny. It's not to be taken seriously. And the more that I see everywhere, and the more I find out, the more I realize how you can't take anything serious in this society. Everything I do is outside of society. I exist outside of society. You understand? So, like I said, I think I'm going to end up building my own city. That's what I think, for real. I think that's why they talk about Gotham. And I think that's why he says, you know, I'm whatever this city needs me to be. You know what I mean? I mean, right now, this is Gotham, yeah, but I truly believe that it might get to the point I got so much money I can build my own city. You know what I mean? There's no limits. You don't know how big Gotham could be. Gotham could be a huge city. You know, what if I just built my own city? You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that would really make sense to build it and then do this there, but I think it makes more sense to just do it in all these cities and states across America, but we'll see. I don't know. He definitely got to build Snead Enterprises up to that level, though. Like I said, I think it's all coming, man. I truly do. I think it's all coming in good time. I don't know. It just, all these downloads, it's like God just keeps saying it's happening like right now, like instantly. So, I don't know. Yeah, I believe in God. I believe God will do it for me without any shadow of a doubt. I believe He's going to do it. And it makes sense. It makes sense because I was set aside from everybody else. And I have a larger purpose. And I've always known it my entire life. I could feel it, truly. Like I said, if you actually paying attention, let's talk about and acknowledge reality right now. If you were paying attention, what you see is me doing these superhuman leaps and superhuman jumps. I mean, I'm clearing, all the distances and all the heights. I mean, I'm clearing that entire dirt mound with every jump that I'm doing. Okay. I mean, I told you that I was going to get even better. I knew it was coming. And today was the day I did it. And you can look at it. And there's still some more of them I can put up. Give me a sec. So yeah, like I said, we just keep on pushing forward, doing everything right, man. That was divine timing today when I was talking to that guy. That was definitely divine timing at play. It's real. And like I said, all you got to do is just watch and pay attention, and you'll see everything unfold and happen right in front of you. You'll see the truth. You'll see existential proof for everything I've stated and said. God is real. It was never up for debate. Just like nothing I've accomplished or done is up for debate. I'm the real deal. So, like I said, that's the thing folks don't get. Like, it's lonely, man. It's a lonely journey. It's been lonely at the top, but I know God said that's about to change. I've seen a million readings and downloads and heard it 8 million times, saying that, I don't know, that love is coming, and they describe it and talk about, the person, and it's pretty cool. They said it's just different. I don't know, like it's not what I'm used to, which is good, you know. But I don't know. I sure wish they would hurry up. You know what I mean? I really do, bro. I wish it would just happen, man. Like now, I'm tired. Tired. I'm exhausted. There's a lot going on. I mean, I still got a lot of energy. Tired, but I keep pushing, but it's a lot, man. Today I went extra hard again on the martial arts. I'm gonna get where I'm training like that for hours, so I'll have plenty of footage. This is what I do. For now it's just like the calisthenics and the martial arts, and trying to build up my business with that. And it hasn't happened with that, but it's okay. I mean, it has nothing to do with me. There's just nothing I can do about it here. But either way, I'm building it. That's the thing. I don't need clients. I don't need any of that. I'm building every day. Building every day, more and more and more and more. And it's just a beautiful thing. It truly is a beautiful thing. But that's what I'm saying. When you get the strength levels up to where I'm at, nobody's at this point, bro. They're not. And remember, it's all natural. It's all natural and real. And like I said, it's all very, very relevant to what I do and what I'm going to be doing. Them jumps and leaps ain't no joke, bro. I know y'all seeing. You seeing how I'm using the cape and I'm actually catching flight? I keep telling y'all I'm going to fly. I'm going to be flying, bro. Okay? Like literally with wings. Flying, gliding. And that's why folks in their feelings, because they can't do it. You know what I mean? Because they see God's plan for me and my destiny. And then they feel feels. In your feelings. Let's sing it to them tonight. Because we already know we got folks in their feelings out here. Yeah, let's sing it. In your feelings. Oh, all about the feelings. Oh, feels. Where's my laugh track? Hold on. There we go. Here we go. There we go. All about the feelings. You're in your feelings today. In your feelings. You see a Batman dancing in the middle of the street. Oh, I love it, boy. I absolutely love it. I love it. Yeah, they can't see me. None of them will never see me. Yeah, I've always been on top, still on top. Yeah, I'm on top without trying. That's what I'm saying, man. Folks is in their feelings. Like, that's cool. And I got opportunities, right, that a lot of folks will never have. So I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful. So like I said, we see what it is. We don't know what it is, homie. Feel me? But yeah, God is making a way. You know what I mean? Always, God always makes a way. You know what I mean? God is always there for me, man. The only one that's ever been there for me is God. Like I said, no support system, all odds against me, and I still do this. But man, I'm happy about them jumps. I'm the real deal. It's amazing. And yeah, like I said, them folks, they be getting in their feelings when I'm telling them the truth. Like, can you imagine? Like, what is that? Yeah, I'm proud. You know what I mean? See, that's the thing. Like, I never second guess myself. I never doubt myself. I get divine confirmation of that. I got a download the other day said, stop doubting yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm on and I know what I'm doing. You feel me? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to be around energies like that. That's not a real energy. See what I'm saying? See, that's the thing. Like, feelings are not facts. It all comes from the same thing. You understand? Like, yeah, folks ain't learned nothing. You know what I mean? Like I said, like people can say whatever they want, but none of it exists. Talk is cheap. You understand? See, we're getting results. We're doing what nobody can do. Oh, there's no denying this, sister. No denying this, honey. Uh huh. Yeah. Uh huh. Tell me, how are y'all coping with my nonstop success? Yeah, tell me. Come on, tell me. Come on, let me know. Let me know. Come on. Yeah, exactly. I love it, man. It's hilarious, man. Like I said, that's pocket change on that icon. You know what I mean? Like I said, these folks funny. That's what you're supposed to do. Get all the experience. See, I got all the life experience putting together this federal lawsuit, got all the documented evidence. I don't even have to have evidence. I mean, it put itself together. All the evidence is public. You know what I mean? Because they just love to talk too much. It's hilarious. You know, but yeah, it's a RICO case. Um, Walked away from everyone and everything and went my own direction, which is easy for me. I've been doing that my whole life. That's what folks don't get. Oh, I've been in tons of situations. I've been in tons of different stuff. It's always the same. It never works out because folks are in this dramatic, fake, weird energy. You understand? And again, if you pay attention, you can see who it always comes from. And there's no reasoning for it, there's no need for it. And it just goes to show what world we're in. Just goes to show it's a cold, evil world, man. You know what I mean? People want to talk about this and that. Like I said, you want to talk about so-called women for what? I mean, like, get on what I'm on. Like, what do you mean? Like, most of them, they have no faith. You know what I mean? Most of them don't see what it is. Most of them don't acknowledge basic reality. You know what I mean? So, like I said, what's the point of that? Exactly. There is no point. You feel me? There is no point. Yeah, that's the thing, man. A lot of folks in their feelings. I love it. I want folks to be in their feelings. See, that's a big deal to them. It's a big deal to them that everything they say and do is subliminal and they talk a lot on the internet. In reality, it's quiet as a mouse. You see what I'm saying? It's always the same. It's always going to be the same. You know what I mean? That's the thing I know. Like when I'm in these streets and I'm operating full capacity and doing what I do, brother, it's going to be quiet. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be quiet in these streets. You know what I mean? Folks got to really start understanding, you know, reality and how this works and what it is and what's going on. You understand? Like, you know, that's the thing. People want to talk about God, talk about faith. I mean, do you understand how real this is? Do you understand what God has me doing himself? God believes in true justice. You understand? So, like I said, I've been in shelters, I've been in all sorts of positions, I've been in the street, I've had to walk all night in different cities with nowhere to go, whether it was freezing cold in a jacket, you know, walking around, whatever, you know, like folks don't get how tough I am, man. I'm resilient because of all I've been through. I've been through a lot. I've been through pretty much everything this world has to offer, literally. So that's why every experience, even if it's negative or hard or bad or impossible, I take it and I turn it into something positive because you see me bounce right back every time. That's what folks don't get because they don't know how to do it. Well, that's why you're not me. You know, that's why you're not Batman the Alchemist. You understand? But yeah, not me. Well, I know exactly what I'm doing with everything, and that's what y'all got to understand. Like God is going to have me at a street level, but I believe with all the money and equipment and resources and be able to build my own bat pods and tanks and tumblers, you know, operating at full capacity. You understand? So like it's going to be super cool. It's going to be super cool. You know what I mean? And my point is just I'm going to be, in the midst of a lot of real situations and real things. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, come on, bro. We're talking about Batman here, bro. Talking about being on the club scene, even. That's why they have that in the depictions. You understand? Because all that corruption going on in these clubs, nightclubs especially, and they have connections to what? Yeah, just like in the depiction. You understand? Because that's where folks go to party, right? So, I understand God is going to have me all over, and I'm walking karma and walking justice. I'm the real thing. You understand? Do you understand what's going on here? You folks can't even figure it out. They don't even understand. Like, brother, you gotta understand, bro. That's the reason why I'm good at, how I move. Like, I stay out of trouble because right now I have to. You know what I mean? So we can get to the next level and get to the next point. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. But once we get going, everything kind of opens up. The lane opens up for everything. It just opens up completely. You feel me? So, like, at that point, once I have the money, man, we fully operational. That's the last step. That's what folks don't get. That and learning mechanical engineering completely to a T and being able to practice it and do it and build, you know what I mean? And I already know that once I see it in front of me, I'm going to learn it real quick. It's not going to be as hard as I think. That's what I think. I truly believe that. So it's like, for me, I already know what I'm on. I know what I'm on. I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I know what it is, man. But yeah, if you look at the jumps today, yeah, I was clearing the entire dirt mound on these jumps and leaps. That's a big deal, man. It's a big deal because y'all don't understand what it takes. Like, it ain't easy. Trust me, it ain't easy. You know what I mean? And not only that, but I'm handling it better. I was trying to work on getting my knees up on one of them. Um, just learning as I go, learning different parts of it, different aspects. But that's the point folks don't get. Like, I'm independent, I'm sovereign, but like, it's a full career and a job above anyone else's. We operate above the feds, bro. For real. That's the thing they don't get. I'm all independent. I create my own missions, my own assignments, and I do what I want to do. You understand? It's called self-empowerment for real. Yeah. That's why they all looking confused because they've never seen anything like it. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. Who cares what we're supposed to do? Is anybody doing their job or what they supposed to do? Oh, yeah, because all these people in society, they don't like seeing somebody else win and make it and come up and transcend space and time. You think they like seeing that I'm an immortal vampire? It's the truth. You think it makes it happy? Come on, man. I got everybody in the mood, man, and I love it, quite frankly. I think it's hilarious. I'm just saying, I go through a lot. I'm going through it now while I'm talking to you. I go through a lot physically, a lot of different stuff, just because of the way things are, and because folks don't want to actually pay me and give me my budget. And still, they looking at me like, bro, he ain't even slowed down. In fact, he's picking up pace. Yeah, I might have made like $2 too the other day doing this, and that's amazing. Let me see. Yeah, because we already up over $79. I don't know if we was at 76 or 77. So I might have made like $2, $3. And I've been going pretty hard on here. I'm picking up pace. And it's hard to keep that consistent because it's like I gotta constantly keep working and working on this. And then I'm working doing what I'm doing on top of that. It's like all different things, but it all ties into one. You know what I mean? But yeah, we up over $79. It's only the 15th. We halfway through the month. And that's why I picked up pace because I'm like, I don't have a choice, homie. I got to get over that $100 threshold for sure this month. I don't have a choice, and we're about halfway and there's only 28 days in the month. So I was like, I got to hurry up, man. I got to pick up pace. I don't have a choice. I can't play games like y'all and just, do 18-hour live streams and sit here playing around. Like, I care about my business. That's the thing I'm seeing too. They don't know how to run a business because they didn't earn it. I told you they didn't do it genuinely and they didn't earn it. That's why they can't take care of it. It's like having a Lamborghini or a Porsche like I have. I took care of mine. It was just because I'm a mechanic down here. You know what I mean? And I'll be able to get it fixed probably. But these other folks, I mean, they just don't know how to care for anything. You know what I mean? How you doing? So yeah, like I said, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? It's super funny. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's super hilarious. But yeah, every day we gonna win. Every day we gonna keep on progressing. Every day we gonna keep on winning right in front of them. You see what I'm talking about? You see exactly what I'm talking about, right? You see how I try to say hi and be friendly and I say hi to folks? Yeah. I told you, man. Man, all these folks the same out here, bro. They all was in on it. And now they having to watch me rise. Told you. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. They ain't showing me no love out here. Ain't done nothing for me out here. Nobody did anything for me. Everybody's self-absorbed in their own world. You know what I mean? Like I told you, like they always acting mad weird. You know what I mean? Like real talk. You know what I mean? They be the ones walking around me and stuff. I don't pay attention to nobody. You know what I mean? Like, it's all it is this games, this fake energy. It's hilarious. You know what I mean? Like I already know how the whole community feels because they found out on the truth and found out who I actually am. You know what I mean? It's okay. You know what I mean? Like embarrassment is a real thing, brother. I'll tell you that much. Real talk. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you're gonna see the same thing in like New York, and it'll be worse in New York. Just like in the depictions when they're sitting there talking and they're saying things. Oh, it's gonna be like that, and I'm gonna have to learn how to just let it go sometimes because that's not what I'm there for, and it's not my job. You know what I mean? That's what folks don't get. Like, I got a job to do. I got to keep my cool. You know what I mean? It's a very hard thing to do. I mean, but it's kind of necessary. That's what folks don't get. Like, you can't get me out my rhythm, man. I've been playing basketball too long. I play street ball. Some of these folks, I don't even know who I'm talking to, but I be talking to them. They be saying kind of funny stuff that literally is kind of more true for me than it is them. I don't even know who they are or what they're talking about because ain't nobody accomplishing nothing out here. I'll tell you that. And I'm for real. I see it every day. Everybody just does the same thing, just sits there, goes through the motions. It's a whole system that makes no sense. It doesn't get anything done. You know what I mean? So, like I said, we're going to keep on pushing forward. I'm going to keep on addressing everything directly. I'm a grown man, and I'm the only real man who ever existed. My name is Tyree Sneed. What's up? Yeah, like I said, all these so-called women should be looking for a man. So why aren't they hollering and talking to me? Like I said, I'm the best looking dude, best in every department, got everything to offer. I ain't worried about what they do. They can do whatever they want. They can't even see what's right in front of them. No problem. I don't care. Seriously, I could care less. That's the thing, man. When people talk to me, they got to talk direct. You know what I mean? I got people I'm just barely meeting. I'm trying to give them, an opportunity to talk to me and get to know me. They start dancing around the internet. And that's the first mistake. See, right there, no. And then what I do, I make sure I block all the accounts and I quit talking to them. I mean, it's common sense. This is not a game over here, homie. You understand? Like I've been through too much. So, like I said, especially when it comes to the internet, oh no, I'm not gonna be a part of none of that. So that's what I'm saying. Like folks think it's a game. Like, why do you start getting online and start acting different? Why do y'all get online and start playing? What is that? Like, I really want to know what that is because you know what? I know what it is. It's called demonic possession, buddy. So why would I want that around me? Why would I want a partner who's going through that? I'm okay, bro. See, that's the thing. They're trying to normalize it. There ain't nothing normal about it. Everything y'all been talking about, there ain't nothing normal about. Matter of fact, it is what it is. It's self-explanatory. You feel me? So over here, we don't play no games. So what's up? Like I said, if folks want to talk, you talk to me direct on my terms. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Folks are still talking about, oh, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, come on, bro. You know what I mean? I know who I am. You know what I mean? Everybody should know about me by now. So that's what I'm saying. Like, some folks talk, that's fine. I mean, we fully operational right now. You know what I mean? I run the streets like, I'm really, really the real one. I'm active. I'm out here. I'm doing a real thing. So, like I said, I ain't worried about what nobody got to say. Nobody. I got a job to do. This is really my job. That's what folks got to understand, bro. You know what I mean? What God told me is I'm a watchman. hmm You know what a watchman is? Look it up. That's what I am, and it makes perfect sense. That's exactly what Batman is. That's exactly what's happening and what I'm doing here. So what do you mean? You know what I mean? That's the thing. I had to go through levels to learn this. I knew that when I was doing that bar security, it was just training for me. It's just so funny to me how different it was when I was out there working the atmosphere than the way that folks want to act like it is now. You know what I mean? Like, man, come on, bro. Them folks, I went to school with a lot of folks in Austin. Folks saw me grow up and really walk the real walk and go through real things. And I'm totally different than all of them, man. I'm not leaning off of that, oh, you know me stuff. No, like I really was a real man. I'm the warrior for God and the son of God and the soldier for God, homie. So, I mean, that's the thing. If we look at the spectrum, I mean, look at me and look at you. You know what I mean? Half of them, they got these little jobs. They might work in a bank somewhere or work in some 9 to 5 somewhere, or maybe even in the bar industry. I don't know and I don't care. But my point is, they got to still work 9 to 5s. I don't have a 9 to 5. I work for me. hmm And like I said, I do what I want to do. You understand? And I'm smart, so I make the right decisions. That's why, majority of these folks, they couldn't do what I do. They're not capable of it physically. It's just crazy because as soon as I get off here, you're gonna see the same thing online. How folks be talking like they me. You know what I mean? But not a single one of them is capable of what I am physically. They're not capable of what I am intelligence wise. And they wouldn't even be able to stay out of trouble to be able to build this and do this. That was the hardest part. So you got to keep your cool. You got to remain calm, cool, and collected. That's half the game. I told homeboy, remember when we talked today, I was talking about how I'm using the system and turning it around and using it against them, right? hmm So what do you mean? Because the system I shouldn't have to turn around. It's supposed to work straightforward, but it's so corrupt that it's backwards. So I have to turn the system around, right, and utilize it the right way. Just like I got to show everybody how to think and how to do everything, literally. So, I'm just kicking facts. Feel me? It is what it is. Yeah, watching me rise. Watching me rise and win. And folks in their feelings and ain't about a thing. Ain't about nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Batman has shown Gotham its true colors, or your true colors, unfortunately. Dent, he's just the beginning. You understand? See, you don't get it. This is really happening. It's been happening the entire time. And like I said, a lot of folks look up to me. They admire me. I mean, I appreciate it. Cool. It is what it is. I'm a role model. You know what I mean? But like I said, you know, I'm an act that will never be repeated. I'm an act nobody could follow. Let's just say the truth and get it out the way and say facts. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna come close to me, man. What I've already done. That's why anything else I do from here on out is a miracle and amazing. That's why every time I do something, we all like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like real talk. Yeah, these folks know. Come on, y'all been watching me long enough. What do you mean? I put up more money on camera on this platform than anybody in all of time. Come on, bro. Y'all better get real with yourself, man. I've been a shining star since day one. You know what I mean? I was born to do this. Born, born to be alive. But yeah, them folks they gotta watch me. They ain't got a choice. But man, I'm just telling you, I'm so proud of them jumps. I'm gonna watch them again back, man. It's crazy, bro. I love what I do. I mean, I can't believe it. I'm like, I be doing stuff. I'm like, man, how the hell I just do that? Like, you got to understand. I'm trying to push that even farther. I'm trying to get to the point, right, where we keep on, we keep on building with it. You know what I'm saying? So like for me to have made this much progress that quickly, I mean, dude, that's amazing. Ain't nobody ever done stuff like this. Never. Nobody's ever done this, bro. Seriously. And that's the thing. Like these folks are in their feelings over the facts. Okay. Be in your feelings. You know what I mean? I mean, it don't mean nothing to me. You feel me? It really don't. It don't mean a thing to me, homie. You know what I mean? So like I said, folks in their feelings, cool, good. You know, you're in your feelings. Oh, all about the feeling and your feelings today. All of them, they stay in their feelings, man. It's hilarious walking around moping. Just all of them. My success literally got them in their feelings. That's the truth. And I already know it. So once you showed me your cards 8 million times, right? I mean, like I said, y'all be showing your hand every single time. Once you show me your cards, oh, now I know. Okay, my success make you feel like that. Ooh, goody. I'm gonna have a field day then on here. Uh-huh. Why you see me keep doing it, right? Like I said, we up over 79 bucks, homie. That's almost 80 bucks. We about 20 bucks away from that next check. That's my only job. See, every time it don't matter if it take a month, 2 months, right? Because it's unfair and we're being suppressed, and we all know they're cheating at everything, and we all know everything going on this platform, right? We all know what's really going on. We all know everything that these other folks are doing, right, is illegal. Let's just say the truth straight up. Yep. Let's quit sugarcoating it. So, like I said, I mean, it is what it is. Over here we doing everything the right way and genuinely. And it took hard work and it took building, and that's unfair. Everything about this is unfair, but yet I still got to make a living and I still got to keep going. So that's the point. Even with all odds against me and it being completely unfair, these folks can't stop me. Don't you love it? Yeah. And you Masons pay me. Now go ahead and cut my check, Masons. How you like that? Uh-huh. I don't have a boss. Get to cutting my check, Freemasons. Yep. People want to talk and act like they have power. Come on, bro. You don't know the meaning because you hearing it. Yeah, it don't get no realer than this. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Y'all looking like Ja Rule out here, all 3 feet of him running around talking about he gangsta. Little Ja Rule. You can't be serious, huh? The Cookie Monster. Cookie. Man, that New York stuff is so fake, bro. That's the thing too. Like I got something personal. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait, man. My dad had a thing going on with New York and Texas too. I remember. I don't know if he was born in New York, I think maybe or something, but he was really truly Texan. It was a whole thing with him, and he was totally a cowboy. I mean, this man could ride a horse like nobody I've ever seen. My dad was the real thing. So I mean, my dad was a tough, guy. I've never seen anything or anyone come close to him, and that's how he built me and he produced me. So it's awesome. But yeah, I don't got no time for games. I got time for my career and what I do best, and I'm gonna continue to do what I do. How folks feel is irrelevant to me. I didn't get into this for feelings. I mean, the point is, I'm the guy that, like I said, I'll be pulling up in the tumbler, and then I come out of the tumbler with the bat pod, and and these folks is eating a Subway sandwich coming out their construction job, and they look to the left and see the tumbler and see me coming out in the bat pod with my cape on, and moving full speed. Like, that's me, the reincarnated game master. Yeah, I'm the game master. I have to learn everything. All those systems, I have to learn them. I have to learn everything, every component of this, every attribute. I'm the real thing. So that's the thing. I don't got to do no talking. You understand? And I'm gonna keep on talking. Like, what? Just because it's amazing and superhuman and it's my career doesn't mean I can't talk to folks. I'm here to help people. That's what I do. You know what I mean? So, God created a real superhero, and I help people and I save lives, and I'm going to continue to help people. It's just that simple. But yeah, like I said, all my efforts are going towards this. I'm obsessed with it, if you can't tell. You understand? So I would never stop what I'm doing. I love it. And that's the thing. You give me money now. If God gives me this money, it makes perfect sense. It's just like the depiction, because again, I am the prophecy. So I would use that money and the companies I own and all that stuff, and I would use the departments in the companies to get the resources and tools I need to build the bat suits and everything I'm doing. Right? So I mean, it makes perfect sense. You give me money right now, I'm obsessed with this, and this is all I want to do. So I'm so passionate about it and so into it that this is what I'm going to be doing for eternity. You know what I mean? For all of time. You know what I mean? And for the rest of my life. So it's like, I mean, that says God to me. That's got God written all over it. That's God who put that on my mind and on my heart, clearly. You know, God knows that this is what I love to do. So, I love it. I truly do. I absolutely love it. So we're gonna keep on moving forward. right? We're gonna keep on progressing. Hold on. And that's it, man. There is no competition. Feel me? But yeah, we over 79 bucks, like I said, and that's the thing. These folks know that I move independently. I'm doing everything solo by myself. I don't need nobody or nothing. I just, kind of need like a girlfriend. I need like a support system. I need people who care about me. But I mean, it was never a need. It's need in the aspect of in order to build and proceed forward even more to get to the next level, because I'm already to the next level, but it's not about me. I can't do it all alone, and I accept that and understand that. So God is going to send the right people. He will. So I don't know what else to tell you, man, but like I said, we gonna keep on training. We gonna take some off days. I might have an off day now, because I went real hard today and did everything. I'm not just maintaining. I'm continuing to, basically get through more barriers and prove that I can do the impossible every day. But y'all got to look at this jumping videos, man. I mean, it's crazy, bro. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna push the envelope farther with that. So I believe 100% that I'm developing. I think even like my what do they call it? Your musculoskeletal system. I think all that's gonna build more. I think I'm gonna learn how to build it more. I think I'm gonna learn. I've got to get back to conditioning my wrists and hands. I got to do these wall push-ups, the handstand push-ups. I got a lot of stuff I got to do still. So that's what folks don't get. This training never stops. I want to get into Shaolin training a little bit more, and I want to learn every style of martial arts. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And that's the thing. Like, I just stay busy and it's crazy because you know how most people, they want to stay busy, but they don't have nothing to do. Me, I never have a problem staying busy anymore. In fact, there's never enough time in the day for all that I do. And like I said, I don't even operate off much money. So it's like, how do I have more going on than all of y'all in the world? That's crazy. It's because I have purpose. I found my purpose. Purpose is most powerful thing. You want to be happy, find purpose, find your purpose. Truly. You find, reach alignment. If you can get to alignment like me, you're gonna be happy because you so much happier when you found your purpose and you know who you are, because you're not gonna drift from that. So nobody could distract me or make me feel discouraged or feel anyway. That's what these folks wanted me to give up on my dreams and what I do. How would you even think that's ever going to happen? That was a silly thing. You were wasting your time, like I told you. What? My dad he instilled a work ethic within me that will never go away, man. So once I decide to do something, I'm become obsessed with it, and I'm passionate, and it's all about that, and all my passion and fury goes into what I'm doing, and that's the only way to live and the only way to be. You feel me? So I'll talk to you in a minute, man. I am feeling a little under the weather. I don't know if it's just tired or if it could be more, but there's I already think I know too because of the season. It's seasonal stuff maybe too. On top of that, I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, either way, I don't know, man. It was a great day, beautiful day. Everything went well. I'm doing well. I cleaned up earlier today already, so I'm pretty much straight. I'm good. Like I said, so I just got to get to it and try my best to keep working. I'm just tired. Tired, exhausted. It's a lot, man. It's hard. When you're pushing yourself like this too. I think it takes a toll. I've been feeling it lately for real. So that's the thing. But I think that the resilience will continue to build, and that's what people don't get. You don't get what I got to go through. I don't have time to be talking to strangers and people. I don't got time for none of that. I can't have any stress at all because, you know, I'm pushing, my limits to a whole nother level. Batman has no limits. You know, I've become limitless. So, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm just focused on building more and more and more every day. And that's the thing. I got to get ready. I don't see any limitations. I have no perceived limitations whatsoever. You know what I mean? And like I said, most folks, they see the world through a jaded lens. The lens that they looking through, it doesn't exist. That's the thing that's so obvious to me. And I think it's funny how folks can't just acknowledge basic reality. Like, brother, nobody's at my level. Nobody will ever get to my level. This is a snowflake generation, and I'm talking from a position of power. It's not about how much money I have. I don't need money. I don't hold money because I'm a businessman. You understand? I'm wealthy as hell in equity. I own buildings cost billions of dollars. I got full access to them, deals worked out, business mergers I've created in the past. You don't know me. Y'all folks don't know anything about me. You understand? That's crazy to me, man, that you're trying to speak and just explain one simple concept, and and folks just want to talk like you hear me loud and clear. No one in the world knows anything about me, bro. I'm a mystery. I've been a mystery forever. So what are y'all talking about? I don't even have friends like that for that reason, because I come from the hood and the ghetto. I choose my friends, like 50 Cent said. What are you talking about? Easy, man. It's easy money, man. You already know what it is over here. So like I said, us, we just gonna keep on moving forward. Feel me? That's all we can do. But yeah, I'm exhausted, man. It's tiring, bro. It's hard. I pushed even farther today. So yeah, I definitely think we need maybe a couple off days, at least one good solid off day. I felt better today, so I got into it, but we may need a real, solid off day. Maybe I could do some research, maybe study the mechanical engineering more tomorrow is what I'm thinking. Basic stuff, maybe do some live streams and stuff. We'll see. We'll see how I feel and what goes on. But, you know, nonetheless, I don't know, man. Check out them jumps, bro. That stuff was crazy to me, man. Like, because the whole point is I'm really, you can think I'm crazy or whatever you want, but I'm really trying to get to the point where I can really do this on a different level. And I want to be able to glide and fly and be able to land on different surfaces and be able to absorb. And I'm absorbing it better. I'm telling you, I'm handling it better. Does that make sense? And that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. You know what I mean? That might be part of it too. You know what I mean? Like this stuff is it's real, man. It takes a lot, man. You know what I mean? Like I take risks, you know what I mean? So that could be part of it too, I don't know, but God got me, like I feel like I'm always be all right, man. I've been through everything. I get through everything. I'll be all right. You know what I mean? And that's my point. This is not an easy walk. It's hard as hell. God made it hard on purpose, like he said, God gives me my tests, man. He does. And I passed every one with flying colors. I know even God is impressed. He like, man, this dude is crazy. He don't stop, and that's the thing. That's why in that depiction you heard the penguin saying, remember the penguin said, this guy's crazy, right? Because I mean, I am to you, to normal folks, because you got to be. That's the only way you're going to be successful. That's the only way you can make it somewhere. And my dad was the same way. And I'm going to tell you one thing, all I ever wanted in this world was to be just like my dad. And that's the truth. So, like I said, I get out here and I go hard every day because, my father lives through me. And, I'm carrying his legacy with me. And I know he's watching me and smiling and enjoying it. And I mean, I know he's my biggest fan. So that's the truth. You feel me? So every day I'm doing it, it's like I'm still with my dad. That means everything to me. It's like I'm still with my father and he's working with me on what I'm doing. That's what people don't get. I'm never alone. You know what I mean? That's what folks don't get. So I just keep on walking with my father, you know what I mean, and walking with God. You know what I mean? Real talk. So, like I said, this is my family's legacy, what I'm doing. It took a lot of courage. It took, standing up for what's right and being independent and being myself, man, instead of walking, anyone else's walk. I said, no, I'm going to be me and I'm going to walk my walk, and I explained that to everybody. I'm going to make my own decisions, So it is what it is, man. But yeah, like I said, I remember like them railroad tracks with the train cars on them and like Tulsa, Oklahoma and stuff. Like you gotta understand, the different I'm looking at the terrain everywhere, right? That's what I was doing when I was traveling too. And like I kind of knew why. And that's the thing, like you gotta understand, like all this stuff is applicable. So when I'm doing these jumps, we're gonna be in different environments, on the street. There's gonna be bridges, there's gonna be buildings in New York. There's a lot of, apartments and buildings and stuff, and there's little stairs that you walk up and stuff like that. So, what we're gonna be doing is all real. So that's the thing. When it's go time, it's just go time. Does that make sense? So that's the reason why it's different. It's different than any career. Nobody's ever done this. And like, yeah, I want to get to the point that I can do these jumps, on any surface, on any terrain, and whatever I got to do to be able to work and move and do what I'm doing. Because I'm doing the real thing. And I'm really going to be doing the real thing soon because the minute that they give me whatever it is, an offer, opportunity, right? I have a feeling somebody's going to utilize me and say, we need you out there, and we need you to do the real thing. We're just going to go ahead and give you the certification to do it, and the permission to do it, and the power to do it, basically. You understand? That's what I think is going to happen. I don't know if it'll be the government, maybe a good part of the government or something. Somebody at some point is going to say, we're going to pay you and, big money, and you can work for us the right way. I mean, it's going to be a straight up, good, right, legal job. I only make legal, good moves. Everybody knows that, but it's going to be, it could be CIA, it could be feds or FBI. That's really the only direction I'm looking. What I mean? It could be government. I don't know, but that's the point. Somebody somewhere is going to say, this dude has too much talent. He's too strong. He's too quick. He's trained. I already heard they're looking at me and they're asking who trained him. And they're like, we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I was trained by God. I trained myself because I went through all these real situations, and I've been telling y'all the truth about my whole life. So I went through so many situations where my adrenaline was pumping, and where, like, I was like, they made films already about me and didn't give me any credit. You know what I mean? I'm down here next to Mexico. I'm gonna use your imagination. I've been through it all. I'm the real deal. I'm the untouchable one. Yeah. So, like, that's the deal people don't get. Like, that's the point. Like, come on, homie. You know what I mean? It's not confusing. So, I mean, everything I've been telling you is a fact. That's how I got trained. I got trained by real experience, by doing and being in the real thing in real situations. That's the thing. I've been doing this. I was doing this way before I ever put on a bat suit. And, a lot of times I didn't even want to. I was trying to just mind my business. It wasn't me, it was other folks. Like, so it is what it is. Like, everything happens for a reason, That's what I choose to believe. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's crazy, man. It's like God said, I'm gonna use it all for your good and to build you. So we're gonna get there, man. All right. I'll talk to y'all in a minute, man. Easy.